As some of you may know, Elizabeth and I are traveling for a year through Europe using voluntary work exchanges like WWOOF, Helpx, and Workaway in exchange for food and room and board.
Along the way, we've asked all of our fellow volunteers if they had any advice for people that were thinking about doing a work exchange through Helpx, WWOOF, or Workaway. And we've decided that we would like to share it with you. So here's our first edition of voluntary work exchange advice. Roll tape.
So how can I start? Like from where? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you wish you would have heard at the beginning of your trip? Maybe.
Like don't bring too much stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Travel light.
You have to be cool. Yeah. Enjoy. Share with the people. And not stay in your bedroom all the day.
I think probably one of the perhaps important things is to have a real open mind with it. Is not expect too much, but always be prepared to perhaps change your opinions a little bit, because you're going into people's homes, in people's lives, and so be prepared to change your opinions a little bit and not be too rigid in your views.
Yeah, that touches on a good point too. Like the difference between staying on a farm and in a hostel is that on a farm you get to know one person and their immediate landscape and their neighbors and maybe like their friends and that kind of thing, and they take you to the nearest town and you get to know that town really well. So there's this like tiny piece of the world that you can call home a little bit. Whereas at a hostel, especially if you're traveling through a hostel rather than working, you're only there for a few days, and most of the people you meet are also traveling, so they're not even from the area. So you get to see all the sights, but you don't get to kind of be immersed in the culture of that area.
Well, there's the whole staying with a stranger thing that can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
So for the first place we stayed at in France, we did like a Skype session with her, and we really got to know her before we left, and that was really helpful for us and for our parents to know that we had met the person and she was a real person and she had a house.
She wasn't obviously crazy or
Yeah.
anything. We got her address, gave it to our parents, and that makes them feel a lot better too.
If you're wanting to travel through Helpx, through other work exchanges, woofing, anything like that, look at the reviews. If you get there and it's a great match, perfect. You'll have a great time. If it's not a perfect match, it's all volunteers. So if you don't feel like staying, you certainly don't have to.
Number one, always post a smiling picture. Just post a picture of you in nature, doing something you love. Just something that really shows that you're keen and just friendly and into activities, I'd say. Number one, it's like a CV. And also just be really honest with the people that you're reaching out to, like a couple months in advance. Just email the place that you're keen on going to. Just let them know your travel dates so they have a good idea of what's going on.
Open mind.
Yes.
An open mind.
Yeah, and keenness.
Open mind, keenness and flexibility.
Yeah.
But obviously also on the side of the host.
Yeah, exactly.
Both. Has to be a two-way thing. You know, if you think it's just going to be like a cheap holiday for you where you can just sort of, it's not going to work. But if you're open-minded and you're willing to muck in, I think you can make some great friends.
I think they have to keep the exchange in mind, and it is an exchange.
It is an exchange, yeah.
What do you look for when you're searching for somebody on Helpx that you maybe want to come stay with you on the boat?
To be ready to sort of muck in, if you know what I mean, to do things, to learn how I do things, because the boat is so small, and every skipper does things differently. But every skipper likes things done his way. Yes.
That's true.
Yes. So to be willing to see what things need doing and how they need doing, and learn to do them. Yeah. Yes.